Hello everyone, and welcome to today's meditation practice. This meditation practice is something that you can obviously continue to practice throughout the week. And this is the point of doing different meditation techniques so that you can maybe just hook onto one that makes sense to you. Something that helps your mind to quiet down so that you can spend some time in meditation. A daily practice is important, and the more you sit down and practice your meditation, the more you'll find that you are able to sit for longer periods of time in your meditation. The one that we're going to do today is a breath counting meditation. And this is, for me, a meditation that makes me focus on the counting so that I don't lose count. So it is quite a helpful meditation to draw your attention back to your breath every time. So how the counting meditation works is we will start off our meditation by doing a simple breath meditation just to become aware of the breath and just to try and settle our mind into our meditation space. Once we have settled down and once we have arrived in our space, we then start to count backwards from 100. So we're going to divide the counting into three steps. So step one, we start at 100 and we start counting backwards from 100 using the breath. So the first round from 100 will be saying the number 100 to yourself in your head as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you say the number 99 to yourself in your head. Inhale 98, exhale 97, inhale 96, exhale 95. So you get the drift. So we're using one count in and one count out, counting backwards from 100. When we get to 51, we're going to change the count. So from 51, we're going to breathe in and out for one count. So it will be inhale, exhale 50. Inhale, exhale 49. Inhale, exhale 48. I like to sort of do the breath with the numbers. So instead of saying 48 on the exhale, I say 48, 47. So that kind of keeps me engaged. So if I draw the number out, 47, 46. So round one is counting one count in, one count out. Round two is counting in and out as one count. Then we do that until we get to 21. And when we get to 21, we stop counting. And it's almost like you're free falling into your breath. What happens then is that you might start to notice a rush of thoughts coming in. And what we're going to practice is to be so still and so quiet in your meditation. I like to use a visualization that I'm hiding from my thoughts. And the quieter I am sitting in a corner, I can actually start to observe my thoughts as if I am watching it from the outside, rather than getting engaged into the thought as if I am the thought. So those are the three parts. Part one, inhale, exhale on one count each. Part two, inhale, exhale on one count. And part three is dropping the count completely and just observing the breath. So we're going to practice this together, starting with just centering ourselves into our meditation space. So come sitting in a comfortable position. We have touched on the meditation seat. I'll briefly just go through it. Make sure that your legs are nice and stable. You're either in a cross-legged position, in a half lotus, or in a full lotus position. If none of those are available to you, that's absolutely fine. Sit on a chair, but make sure that you're not leaning against the back of the chair so that your spine doesn't start to curve. Sit away from the back of the chair so that your spine stays nice and long. And put your feet next to each other. So don't cross your feet over or don't cross your legs over. Just leave your feet next to each other with your hands in your lap and your spine nice and long away from the backrest of the chair. If you are sitting in a meditation position, you may want to sit on a cushion to elevate your sit bones so that it tilts your pelvis forward. That facilitates the length in the spine. So meditation, the most important thing that you can do from a position point of view or a seat is to keep your spine long. That facilitates the breathing and the flow of energy up and down your spine without any obstruction. Your shoulders are dropped away from your ears, so really let there be no tension. Let it just be relaxed. You can place your hands on your knees. You can place your hands in a meditation seat, placing your right palm into your left palm and lightly touching your thumbs together. Whichever one of these positions you choose, try and keep a little bit of a space in between your body and your arms so that there's a flow of air coming in between. If you sit nice and snug, you do tend to feel nice and warm and wrapped, and you could drift off to sleep a little easier. So make a little bit of space, drop the shoulders, and let there be a little bit of air that flows in between your arms and your body. Your chin is slightly tucked in and pushed back. Again, that facilitates the length in the back of the neck, making the spine nice and long. The crown of your head up towards the sky. Your tongue is placed on your palate behind your top front teeth. So it is a natural relaxed position for your tongue to be in. It also stops the production of saliva. So it stops that urge to swallow when you are producing saliva, as I just did. Your gaze is either beyond the tip of your nose if you keep your eyes open, or if you prefer to keep your eyes closed, that's perfectly cool. So whichever position you choose, make sure that you can sit in this position without moving or fidgeting or fiddling or changing your seat during your meditation. You want to draw your awareness completely away from your body. You want to almost feel as if your body doesn't exist in the space and that your breath and your mind can very easily settle into a quiet space by not having any issues around your body and not feeling your body. So take your time to find your seat so that you are 100% comfortable in it before you start your meditation. So we'll gently start to settle into the space, into the meditation. Whether your eyes are open or whether they're closed, try not to have any distractions around you so that you can completely focus on your breath. So we'll take a nice deep inhale together and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing normally, not changing anything in your breath. Do not lengthen the inhale or exhale. Just breathe as if you normally would. The only thing that changes is your observation of the breath. become completely focused on your breathing. Completely absorbed. Notice how you are breathing, whether it's deep or shallow, smooth or raspy. Notice if there's any obstruction or if it flows freely. Notice every detail, from the temperature coming in through your nose and exhaling through your nose, to how it expands your chest and drops it again automatically without any effort. We'll start to do the counting, starting from 100 on the inhale and 99 on the exhale. 98 on the inhale, 97 on the exhale. Keep counting, inhaling and exhaling as you count down. Don't rush it, just keep counting. Naturally letting your breath breathe you. Just follow the count. When you get to around 50, start to inhale and exhale on one number. Keep counting down. If your thoughts start to drift, then just come back to your counting. No matter where you are, it doesn't matter if you've skipped a few numbers, just keep coming back to the numbers. Keep counting backwards. And when you get to 20, stop counting completely. And just be in the silence in your head. Try and be as quiet as possible. Try and become invisible. Watch your thoughts. Watch them drift by. See them and notice them. Notice how they flood in. But stay completely quiet and still. Just observing them. Start to feel back into your body. Feel where you are connected to the earth. Feel into the physical space. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the temperature on your skin. Keeping your eyes closed. Take a nice deep inhale, filling up the lungs. And exhale. Rub your palms together vigorously, creating a bit of heat. And then place your palms over your eyes. And in that warm darkness, start to open your eyes gently. Releasing your hands down to your lap when you're ready. So You may have found that you lost count while you were counting down. That is so normal and so okay. Just keep coming back. And if you notice that you've drifted off and you've lost count, just kind of come back to more or less where you think you were before you got interrupted. So there's no hard and fast rule in terms of the counting. What I would like you to practice is, once you get to 20 and you let go and you pull back from the counting, it almost feels like it's a free fall space and that you're just falling into the space of quiet. And that's the space that I would like you to practice to remain in. And the idea of observing your thoughts as if you're hiding away gives you an outside perspective. So try and stay in that quiet space for as long as what you can keep your mind focused on that. If you do tend to get involved, come back to your breath. Keep coming back to the breath. You don't have to count again, just notice the breathing. So this is a great method of quietening the mind to go into the meditation space prior to possibly getting involved and losing count. So practice this method and see how you go and see how that works for you until we meet back here in a week's time. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your meditation practice. Keep practicing. Namaste.